So that's just my opinion. I'm sure there are some out there who share that opinion. But the other thing that I wanted to note that I thought was funny, in the beginning of the episode, when he and Dewey are talking about the restaurant in Corbin that was for sale, he talks about how he was in jail and he got educated at by the U.S. government. And he talks about how he took a course in composition, but I don't expect that'll come into play. Is what he says. Which really makes me laugh. And it turns out it actually does come into play later in the season. It's a fun little Easter egg that the writers threw in there for us. But I thought that was amusing. Also, our food of the week comes from that same conversation. Let's do that.
God damn, woman, you only shoot people when they're eating supper.
It's Cafe Con Leche, as Daryl calls it. Cafe Con Leche, of course, is coffee with milk. That's the literal translation. As Daryl points out, you can't just take milk and pour it into coffee. That's not what Cafe Con Leche is. It is steamed milk, equal parts espresso, and steamed milk. So it's like a 50-50 kind of latte made with steamed milk instead of warmed milk or frothed milk like you would do in a cappuccino. You just heat up the milk, and it's equal parts espresso and steamed milk. So that's what Cafe Con Leche actually is. But so Daryl's been doing a little work while Dewey's been gone. He's been investigating the business, and he has some bad news for Dewey when Dewey gets back from Boyd's. Dewey is there to confront cousin Daryl and let him know that he's not going to tolerate him hanging around anymore. He wants him to go. And Daryl meets with Dewey to break the news that Messer's been skimming, and we have a clip of that here.
Messer!
Hey, Dewey.
Where's everybody?
Man, I sent everyone home, man. Closed up.
What'd you do that for?
You get the money from Boyd?
Well, if I did, you still ain't getting a cent. Yeah, that's why I came to tell you. You're hitting the road, cousin. This here's my whorehouse. My dream. And you ain't any part of it.
Oh, shit, Dewey. Okay. All right, Dewey. Don't take no shit from nobody. I like that. Before I go, you want me to tell you why what should be a gold mine is bringing back such itty-bitty returns?
Oh, I got a leaky water pipe or something?
Or something. Well, come look for yourself. There he is. Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah, take him out. Yeah. There it is. See that? See your cousin Danny? You see your Jean Baptiste? He's Haitian. And cousin Kendall's racked up in one of them trailers. You know how teenagers be.
Why'd you do that to Messer?
Let him tell you himself. Hey, man. Hey, you got something to say to my cousin?
Speak up.
I've been skimming, Dewey. I'm awful sorry.
Now tell him how much.
He should be making almost $3,000 a week after expenses.
You son of a bitch!
Yeah.
Hey, Shell!
Now tell him why.
Boyd put me up to it. He didn't give me no choice.
Boyd!
I wanted to tell you. I felt awful bad about it. I'm sorry.
It hurts.
Hurts real good.
I know that pain. I know it hurts. Let's breathe. She's got all the answers to your questions right from the piggy's mouth, right? Only question now is how you get rid of bodies around here, huh? Back home, we just feed them to the gators.
Hold on, what? You're gonna kill him?
No, Dewey. He ain't steal from me. You are.
Yeah. So Dewey finds out that not only has Messer been skimming, he's been skimming the lion's share of the profits of the whorehouse. So he was making $500 to $600 a week when it should be $3,000 a week. So it's literally like whatever that is, like 5/6 of the of the returns have been funneled to Boyd, and Boyd put Messer up to it. That's not going to make Dewey super happy after the conversation he just had with Boyd, and cousin Daryl suggests that the way to resolve this is to execute Messer, and gives Dewey the gun to enable him to do that. So we'll see what happens in the next episode as to whether or not Messer finally gets his comeuppance. In one of the weirder episodes of Justified, I would say it's a very Dewey Crowe, very special episode of Justified, but I think after this next one, like, it starts to settle into a little bit of a groove for the next few episodes. Like, it feels like the exposition part of it is sort of out of the way, and we get into a nice little, like, okay, our normal operating mode here of the season of Justified, instead of just another episode of exposition, another episode of exposition, another episode of exposition. So, all right. Well, that pretty much takes us to the end of the episode. Do you have anything that you wanted to add that we might have missed?
No, not really. No. Okay. I'm looking. Yeah, I have everything.
All right. Well, let's get to our final segment then.
I was telling my friends this morning how yesterday you come to me and if you don't get out of town in 24 hours, I'm going to shoot you on sight.
Oh, you gonna shoot him if you catch him?
I'll kill 4 of you before you even clear your weapons, and I'll take my chances with the other two.
If you get the chance, shoot him in the nuts.
I don't pull my sidearm unless I'm gonna shoot to kill.
Are you gonna shoot him too, Raylan? Are you? And Raylan doesn't shoot anybody. He came close. He had to what is it? Be brandish, or what is it? Bare his arm.
Yep.
Like with the I forgot the name of the guy now. Alison's
Henry Granger.
Henry Granger. So he had to do that, but other than that, he didn't shoot anybody. Were there any bodies this week?
No, not even Monroe. We find out that Monroe is in custody and not dead. I assumed when I first saw this episode, I assumed he was dead, but he is not dead.
Yeah, because he was moving around, like he was still like alive when they pulled, like they showed him at the end.
Yeah.
So not that much violence. There was the choking and smothering incident.
Yeah, the twice murdered maid. Yeah.
Yeah.
Boy.
Who, by the way?
Yeah.
Go ahead. No, I was gonna say she probably has like better arms than like half the. Like, because she was like pretty fit.
Yes, very
very
fit. Yeah,
very fit. So I think she probably could have taken on what's his name.
Probably so, because he looks downright like skinny, like unhealthy almost. But
yeah. But
I forgot in that scene that he is using every kind of basic cable TV epithet, racial epithet you could possibly use.
That's right. Yeah.
Like just one after another with her. And she's just sitting there taking it. And at some point she gets to the house and calls him Mr. Monroe. And Rachel's like, you call him Mr. Monroe? Like, what kind of weird situation is this?
Yeah. Well, it's a very interesting dynamic that, there's always that relationship between a male and a female, because like at one point she's like getting choked out and smothered. And then the next thing, I'm doing this for you or what, just like very straight, like not a strange relationship because, it takes all kinds, but it is odd, I think, as far as like what people would expect.
Sort of kind of like a classic abused sort of relationship though at the same time, right?
I think that's I think that's fair. Yeah.
So it's like cycle of love and abuse, and like now I got to go do this thing that he needs me to do. And if I don't do it, he's going to be so angry with me, that sort of thing. But
yeah.
So, all right. Well, that gets us through season 5, episode 3 of Justified. Don't forget to check us out on social media at Groundless Pod and at Groundless Podcast. You can check us out on Instagram, on Twitter, on Reddit. You can email us groundlesspodcast@gmail.com with your comments, your questions, your corrections, and any fixes for your love problems. We're happy to help you out. As you heard today, we know what we're talking about. Don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review. We'll be back here in 2 weeks with the next episode of Justified, season 5, episode 4, an episode called Over the Mountain, or Dewey Crow's very own special episode. And I guess until then, thank you for listening. We'll see you in 2 weeks.